Hello everyone, it's the Jewish Week Online. I'm your host, Aaron Herman. We're here at the Kosher Food Wine Experience, and we're checking out some of the most delectable foods, incredible wines, and liquor on the market today. Let's take a closer look. So people are looking for that enjoyable experience with wine, and time and time again, people pick the wrong wines for their table. What are you seeing? Some unique wines that are on the market now.
Right. Well, I think one of the trends that I've really noticed here at Kosher Food and Wine Experience, and something that I've really seen in my store at Skyview Wines and Spirits as well, is very food-friendly wines. We happen to be standing here in front of Barkan and Segal Wines, and they've just released a number of new wines that I think also represent a trend among many of the winemakers to make just very food-friendly, easy palate wines that, you know, I think you just sort of open the bottle and drink with your food, and they're just wonderful either blends or single vineyard wines as well that just pair very well.
And people now are looking to stock up for a Pesach. Now's the time. So what are some recommendations?
Well, I happen to be here and I just finished Barkan wines, so I think they have a new series called The Assemblage, which are excellent wines. I was also at Binyamina. I think the Cave at the higher end is drinking phenomenally well. From California, you've got Covenant that is always a home run. I just really think overall the quality in general of wines from both Israel, California, and the rest of the world has just significantly improved and taken just a major leap forward.
What's your favorite wine?
I will not name my favorite wine.
That's like one of the I love every wine.
I do have several favorites. Actually, one of mine happens to be Segal Unfiltered. I just love that wine. I think it's fantastic. I do love the Binyamina, the Cave. As I mentioned, the Covenant wines at just the more day-to-day range. The LV wine has a wonderful Rioja that I think is fantastic. But there's just so many great wines. It's really hard to single out any, and I think a lot of it just depends on what you're eating that day and what mood you're in.
What do you recommend for if you're having like a serious meat, steak, potato type of meal?
Just a big based Cabernet. I think very bold, high tannins. I think is just always goes well with a big meat meal. I think what I'm seeing a lot more of, though, are people that are shifting more to sort of a Mediterranean-style diet, and I think a lot of the new wines really represent that shift with Mediterranean-style wines that are just much more sort of fruit-forward, palate-friendly.
So whenever you come to these events, you kind of you expect certain things. You're gonna enjoy your wine, get some food, but when you actually get something unique, it surprises you. Tell us what you're drinking.
This is very exciting because I'm tasting the Terre della Seta wine. It's a very small Italian wine producer, and this wine I think won the Joy of Kosher award in 2012 for Best Kosher Wine, and it's actually delicious. It's a Chianti. I'm Italian as well, so I'm dinner in Venice. I'm Italian, and it's one of the best Chiantis that I've ever tasted. It's really delicious, and it has a wonderful aftertaste.
And as a cook, you always try to find things to pair wine and food. So what would you pair this with?
Well, the Chianti is a very, it's an intense wine with a deep flavor that in Italy we would normally have with meat dishes, like a wonderful rustic stew or a beef roast or even lamb would pair wonderfully with it. I can't have too much wine because I have to pick up my kids from school in 3 hours, and I'm sure that they won't be happy if I arrive singing.
Exactly. It'll start.
No.
Moderation. It's all in moderation.
It's all in moderation.
Cholent is really an essence of Jewish identity in the food industry, and you got some really interesting cholent here. So tell us a little bit what you got.
Tried to do a small trip around the world for the cholents. There's no place like home, so I'm going to start over here all the way to the right. This is our Texas cholent, made with smoked ribs and brisket from Hakadosh Barbecue, our new 18-foot commercial smoker. Sweet yams, it's got a lot of spice, a chili con carne base. This is not your Bubby's cholent. As opposed to, say, go for it. This one in the middle, Poland, old school, potato, sausage, roasted shoulder, kishke. Really a very traditional take. For my Sephardi brethren, a little something from the Far East. We have a Moroccan adafina, which incorporates chickpea and lamb and apricots, and is a bit more upfront in terms of its spices. And then for the more refined palates here in the house, we have a French cassoulet, which incorporates veal sausage and duck confit with very slowly braised white beans and carrots and white wine. Totally lovely, and just a tiny offering of the 16 that we make weekly and offer to shoals.
And cholent is, everyone has their own specific blends. What's your favorite cholent?
It's the cholent of my youth. I used to fight with my two brothers to see who got to make it every week. And the barbecue Texas cholent for me is always, it's a taste of home, and is and probably always will be my favorite of the bunch.
You've done a lot of different events around New York, specifically pop-ups, and one of the exciting things about pop-ups, you're giving a really unique experience. What inspired you to do it?
Oddly enough, after being in this industry for 6-7 years, friends, relatives, even past clients would just ask, how can we get your food without even needing to be a guest at a wedding or whatnot, and really sort of begged me to open up a restaurant, which in all fairness my wife would leave me if I did. So the original pop-ups were sort of the middle ground, and I'm pretty excited that we're kicking that up a level starting April, right after Pesach, and we'll be setting up Hakadosh Barbecue, New York City street fairs in and around New York City every Sunday.
That's exciting, because when you walk around the street fairs, I love walking around street fairs in New York. You have you see the corn, you see this, and that, and you're like, oh, I just wish something was kosher.
Lucky you get pickles, right?
Exactly.
No, we're here to change the ballgame.
As you can see, the Kosher Food Wine Experience is a wonderful opportunity to learn about the latest wines, liquors, and food on the market today. This is Aaron Herman. Thank you for watching.